Hello guys, Ivo here. Today we're going to be covering the Esper class of Wildstar. The Esper class can fulfill two roles, one of them being ranged healer, the other one being ranged DPS. As armor, the Esper class, as you can see, he looks like a flower, and also he is almost as squishy as a flower due to the fact that they wear light armor. Wearing light armor gives you some perks and also gives you some disadvantages. Not actually disadvantages, but they are a little bit squishier than other classes, of course. Now, the Esper can fulfill two roles. They can be either a ranged DPS or a ranged healer. Talking about the healing side of Espers, they are really good healers. I would say that out of all the healers, they seem to be the strongest. Um, just because of the amount of heals that they can put out and the fact that they really have some solid heals that they can dish out. So basically, with an Esper, my opinion is that if you are playing an Esper, then you can definitely keep alive a party of people that are actually not the best geared. If you would play, for example, a spellslinger, which has more of a healing over time system, or a medic, which is like a close-up healer, then that would be a bit of a challenge for you. But as an Esper, you can just we're getting loot. Okay, okay, we're good. Yeah. So that's of course it's not really true. It's Wildstar. It's a bit more complicated than that. But I'm just saying, yeah, for Wildstar standards, I would say that an Esper is pretty easy to play and easy to execute. Of course, healing wise. Now, you are going to feel strong as an Esper, as in powerful, strong. You are going to feel that. Uh, you are delivering something and you are carrying some people through some content healing wise, of course. You're not going to be able to keep alive every single paper tank or paper DPS out there, but you are going to feel a lot better than if you are going to do a better job um, with a bad group than the other two healing classes would. Now they can put up some really solid heals, as I told you. As of utility, I would say that the Esper has the most selfish amount of utility skills, as in pure utility, not healing skills that have a utility. I would say they don't really bring anything special to the group, skill-wise again. Yeah, so not umps, just skills. So yeah, I would say that they bring the least amount of useful skills for a raid or for a group in general, out of the other classes, the other healing classes, of course. It's still really nice to play. Raiding wise at end game, for example, you're not going to have a problem getting into raids, and you're not going to have a problem maintaining yourself due to its long range. You're going to be just fine because, I mean, the range is long. It's not like a long range medic healer, which is this short. It's actually that long. So, yeah, I'm just saying you're gonna be fine. I wouldn't call it a class for beginners, like healing wise, since we're talking about it. No, in any case, not. It requires, of course, skill to play like everything else in Wildstar, to play good. But when it stands to just playing the game and just enjoying it and healing and doing actually a good job, I would think Esper is the most comfortable to play. Let's put it like that. Um, DPS wise, Espers are actually quite competitive. I would, to be honest, I would even put them in the top three DPS. Um, when it comes to AoE DPS, I think they are really good. So basically, you would always love that the bosses, if it's two bosses in a fight or if it's lots of mobs, will be always stacked up. So you can actually get to do your insane amount of AoE damage and get yourself a good parse there. So yeah, I would say AoE DPS really nice. Single target DPS, I would say it's pretty good as well. Um, As every other class in Wildstar, they can bring some utility through amps to the raid, so that's pretty fine as well. I have never seen an Esper being replaced by something else in a raid. Usually, how it goes in Wildstar, uh, people actually like when they are beginners, people actually like ranged classes to be in their raid. So yeah, you're not gonna have a problem with that since you're ranged and you can actually output a really good amount of damage as well, and healing for that matter of fact. So yeah, as an Esper you're set to go end game. While leveling as an Esper, I tried it myself. I think I got to level 48. It's pretty fun, pretty straightforward. I would say really easy. Then again, leveling in Wildstar is pretty easy on all the classes. Um, Depends how well you know the game. If you're just planning to make an alt esper, or if you're planning to make, if you're just planning to start the game, then I would say that melee classes would feel a bit harder if you're just planning to start the game compared to the ranged classes. Um, Depends also the levels. I would say at the beginning levels, then ranged classes are gonna be seem a lot easier than melee classes, and later on, I know I'm just saying from level 40 to 50, maybe melee classes would actually seem um, a little bit easier due to their higher survivability and mobs hitting you harder. Now, in PvP, Espers are really fun to play if you are the Esper, and really annoying if you're playing against that Esper. Now, they have lots of utility skills that in PvP, for example, they push you off ledges, um, they throw your weapons away. Pushing you off ledges looks like something like that when you're wanting to defend the point and an Esper comes and he does something like this to you. And you fall off, and then he captures the point because you need to get back up. That's really annoying. So they also have utilities to throw your weapons away, and then of course you cannot use your skills. You have to go get your weapon back or just use the CC break skill. So yeah, that's it's really fun in PvP. In 10 versus 10 PvP, which is the most popular system in Wildstar, then it's awesomely fun because, as I told you about AoE damage, they have an insane amount of AoE damage, so they love people being stacked up. Other than that, they have some nice shields that they can put on themselves. They can defend themselves very well by using the utility skills that I was just mentioning, like pushbacks and disarms and all that good stuff that everyone hates in PvP. Only the guy that's playing it, he'll just loves it and he's just laughing all the way. So yeah, really nice class. Other than that, healing and DPS wise, not extremely mobile. You won't have to walk around a lot. You won't have to move to dash left and right to gain some sort of energy or to lose it or you know. So none of that. Pretty stable DPS. Like you just stand in one place and you DPS. You have such a long range that even if the boss gets taken that way or that way, you can still be in the middle and DPS everything. So same goes with healer. You're not gonna have to do a lot of moving around to gain some extra benefits. The thing is, as a healer and as a DPS as an Esper, you may find the fights to be a little bit dull. If you're a player that always likes to be, moving, always likes to be in the heat of combat and do this and do that, at one point you are going to reach, as an Esper, the level in which you're playing with so geared people that your personal gameplay is actually gonna suffer due to that, since you're even not even gonna feel like you actually need to heal someone, since one Esper heal kinda gets everyone to full. You're gonna feel a little bit, you know. So yeah. Other than that, I really enjoy Esper myself. I like having an Esper in the group. It's good for various reasons. I love having an Esper healer. I don't mind any Esper DPS as long as he cannot take, mechanics in his face and die. Other than that, really fun class. They have one innate, since I haven't talked about this. This innate, basically, spectral form, it gives you some of your resource back. So yeah, of course it does some other things. I'm not going to go into much detail. I'm going to let you guys discover it. But ranged, lots of range, strong heals, strong DPS, especially AoE, and yeah, pretty fun to play at the beginning. But then, if you're playing with really good people, it kind of gets very easy to do things. Other than that, I wish you guys lots of luck. I wish you guys to see you in the game and lots of love.